I'm with Sandy MacLean today after LARGS Thistle's 4-0 victory at home to Coupar Angus. How big a part do the conditions play in today's game, Sandy?
Well, it was horrible to play and certainly probably horrible for the spectators to turn it as well, but at the end of the day I expect better from my players. They should have coped with that, so I was very disappointed in them, and it's not the weather that causes that.
What particular aspects were you unhappy about?
Ball retention. We kept giving them the ball back. You know, they came and sort of played a 4-5-1, which made it difficult for us, but we kept winning the ball back, and we had no time on it. We just kept giving it back without being under great pressure. The first 45 minutes was I thought dreadful.
Well, maybe the worst 45 minutes this season?
I think competitively, yes.
In terms of the second half, though, there was an improvement.
Yeah, there was, because we made the players aware of the fact that they had to keep the ball, and sometimes keeping the ball isn't fancy passing. Sometimes you actually physically have to keep the ball. I mean, to be fair, they started to do that. You know, they started to play their two-touch rather than try to play one-touch flicking and stuff. So, but we sorted that out at half-time, and it was a bit better here.
You made changes to the team.
Yeah, we made changes, but I keep saying that I've got 22 players there, and I've got 22 players that can go in and play at any given time. I think we made 4 changes with Gus coming back, Stevie Kyle. So there was plenty of opportunity there for people. So and it keeps everybody ticking over and thinking about what's going to happen next week.
Just a wee bit of sympathy for the opposing goalkeeper, being a keeper yourself.
None whatsoever.
Yeah. In terms of the actual, the likes of the goals that they got, obviously the Coupar Angus contributed to their own downfall. But in terms of the actual the goals that ended up going in, though, they were good goals in the end, though, weren't they? They still had to put them in the back of the net.
Well, that's it. Certainly from their point of view, and speaking to their manager after the game, that you don't want to be giving goals away, and yeah, they did that. But you're dead right. James hit one for 30 yards. Unfortunately, there wasn't a goalkeeper there, so it made it a bit easier for him. But no, we still got to stick them away, and it can get frustrated. You can get frustrated when it's not going for you like that. But to be fair to the players, they knuckled down, got on with the second half, and they were by far the better side, certainly. But they played much better as well.
Looking at a few of the individual performances, the likes of Ryan Dees was good in the ball, some good passes, was involved in some of the goals as well. And Andy Monaghan made quite an impact when he came on.
Yeah, as I say, Ryan's an eye catcher. There's no two ways about that. He's a lovely, lovely player, and he's somebody that you'd pay money to go and watch every week. Young Ryan, and he's doing well. But there'll be weeks that we have to leave him out because the game's going to be a bit more physical and a bit, a bit less on the ball. We need to maybe chase it a wee bit more. So, but he works hard. I'll have to give him that. He doesn't shirk his responsibility, and we know what we've got with Monaghan. It's great to see Andy getting a couple of goals, but John Paul and James scored as well. So they'll be sitting saying they should be playing next week too.
In terms of the actual the squad in general, it's always a juggling job in these aspects. How do you keep all the players happy?
Well, I think the players, to be fair, keep themselves happy. My job's to be here to get a good pool of players together that can compete in this league, and I explained that to every player at the start of the season. That why shouldn't I be greedy? Why shouldn't I have 22 players the same as Pollock and Petershill and Atherley and Irvine? Why shouldn't I? Because we're in this league, we aim to stay in this league, and the players accept that, the whole accept that, and they're all now of an age to realise, come the finishing straight, that we need everybody. So
how are the walking wounded looking at the moment?
Well, hopefully Graham Black will be back next week. He had a flu as well as his injury. He got over the injury, got the flu. He was very, very weak today, so he wasn't going to play Graham at all. William McLean's probably got another couple of weeks. We'll wait and see, and we'll regroup Monday night again. But other than that, I think everybody else. John Paul's got a wee calf problem, but we'll see how that pans out during the week.
Any preferences in the Emirates second round Scottish Cup?
None whatsoever, really. You're just, I think, like everybody, you hope for a home draw. You get a home draw, you get a wee chance. And as I've said to the players, for a sunny day in May in the cup final, you need to play through all these days in the winter. So we need to make sure we take care of each round as it comes along.
And finally, Beath at home next week. They won the last time they were down here, just a matter of 6-7 weeks ago. It'll be another really crucial crunch match, won't it, between the two sides?
Yeah, no, Beath are a very good side, and to me they're the benchmark. For certainly, if you look at the North Ayrshire clubs, Beath got promoted for this division and have done fantastically well in the seasons they've been up there. So for us, that's the benchmark. That's where we need to hit. We've already proven that we can play in this league. We've proven that we can play against Beath. There wasn't much in the last game, 1-0. It was a good open game. They pounced on an error that we made. So we've got to make sure we don't make any errors. Really looking forward to that game now. As I say, if we go and win next week, we open up a wee gap, and you suddenly think to yourself, well, the others have to come and catch us.
Well done. 7 wins in a row, Sandy. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers.